The title of my book is, I'd like to apologize to every teacher I've ever had my year at Northeast High. And it's based on two things. One, that I was not the best student. I was a bad student, and I didn't respect my teachers' life's work, and I pretty much tortured them. And secondly, I got a year-long glimpse of how hard it is to teach the youth of today in a public school. Let's make a list. I love lists. I can't say lists, but I love making them. Each teacher is responsible for 150 kids, 150 students. And let me change that word, 150 teenagers. I mean, just ponder that for a second, those of you who have a teenager or two. And what's really interesting nowadays is that you have the teacher. The unmotivated student is no longer the exception. And so the teacher, in order to get the kids to work, has to show how much he cares about the kids. They don't work if you don't care about them. I mean, I've heard kids say, this teacher doesn't care about me, so he doesn't like me, so I don't do the work. And so you have to show them that you care, and so you do that. And then what happens is they feel comfortable enough to open up to you, and they tell you about their lives. And some of these kids have some very, very difficult lives, and it shakes you up. I mean, sometimes you even have to report some of the stuff that they've told you. When they've confided in you, you have to report it. And it really is an emotional grind that is hardly ever spoken about. I mean, I just wasn't really prepared. I certainly wasn't trained for the emotional part of it. I worked with a teacher early on who told me, you got to be so many more things to kids nowadays. You're not only the teacher, you're the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, the social worker, the therapist, the best friend, the nemesis. You have to be everything. And so that emotional grind, it really overwhelmed me. It was maybe the hardest part of the whole experience. On the other side of the desk, you have the kids who've been conditioned to think that it's the teacher's job to teach them. And by the way, the mantra at the Philadelphia School District, and I'm sure in most districts, is what are you going to do to engage the kids? How are you going to engage the kids? What are you going to do to engage the kids? Well, the kids hear that. And then they come in and they plop down and they say, okay, I'm here, engage me. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I fought it all year. I made the kids make a sign. I made the kids make a big sign, put it up over the blackboard in the front of the room, and we would recite it every day before we started. Take part in your own education. Because we can't want an education for the kids more than they want it for themselves. And I would try to make that point over and over again.